This video is going up late in the year, late in December, so let's talk about planning your next year, something I do every year, something I really enjoy doing. I just did a podcast on this topic in terms of the logistics on how to do it. In this video, instead of repeating that podcast, I'm just going to lay out a visual representation of the topics and the subjects and the ways in which you contextualize your goals, because if you don't do that, you'll have a big problem.
Alpha Male 2.0. Freedom-focused lifestyle design for men. We do 5 videos a week here on how to make both your business life and woman life more free, because you need both. If you subscribe to this channel, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment on this video, you will automatically be entered into the regular drawing for my online video course on how to create location-independent income, normally $1,400. We regularly announce the winners at the community feed at this channel.
Setting goals is good. You want to set goals. I've talked a lot about this. But if you set goals without the context of everything else in your life, it will lead you down the wrong path, particularly if you actually accomplish your goals. So you have one problem where you don't accomplish your goals because you set your goals more difficult than you're capable of, or goals that didn't resonate with you personally. So that's not good. But another problem is if you don't do what I'm about to show you, if you accomplish your goals, you'll be unhappy. I did this. So some of you already know my history. I set a goal when I was 18 years old, 18, 19, 20. I set some 10-year goals or 15-year goals or whatever they were, I forget. And my objective in my 20s was to make a 6-figure income, to have my own business, to have a cute blonde wife, to have 2 children, a boy and a girl, to have a really nice cool house, and drive a really cool car. Those are my goals. And by the time I was 28 years old, I had all of those things. 28. I had not just 2 or 3 of those things, I had all of those things. Literally all of them. Everything I just described, that was my life when I was 28. And then I looked at these things and I went, okay. And I've talked about this before. I went through several years where I kind of lost myself because I had constructed a lifestyle for myself that didn't make me happy. Yes, I wanted to be married, but unfortunately, I was in a traditional monogamous marriage. Monogamous, so I'm not allowed to have sex with any other women for the rest of my life? Fuck that! Who came up with that system? No, that's not gonna make me happy long term. I'm a man. I had my own business, which was great, but it was a traditional location-dependent business where I had to get into a car and drive to an office and be there for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't make money and I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Well, that's fucking stupid. Why would I have a location-dependent business where I didn't control my own schedule? Why would I want to be locked into a particular location just to earn income, particularly in a collapsing country like the United States? Stupid. So I set goals and I accomplished those goals, but they weren't the real goals that I wanted for my life because I didn't set them within a context of a bigger picture for my life. And so what I'm going to show you right now is how to design your goals, particularly your annual goals, which is what you should be working on right now here in late December, to structure your year so that what you accomplish next year, if you accomplish it, hopefully you will actually make you long-term happy and will be congruent to your long-term goals and your long-term objectives and your long-term happiness instead of just the things that you want right now because you're not thinking. So here's how this works. I'll flowchart this out. The very top, the very beginning is your mission. That's where everything starts. I've talked about mission a lot. The mission, your mission, I use that with a capital M. That is the meaning of your life, the purpose behind your life, why you live, why you work, why are you here, why are you around. That's your mission. It's 2, 3, 4 sentences. That's it. And it defines exactly what your long-term purpose in life is. It is not a goal. You cannot accomplish your mission. It is a meaning. It is a statement of purpose. I talk a lot about mission, how to design a mission in The Unchained Man at alphamalebook.com. Designing your mission is difficult. And so one thing that I've changed in my content over the last 2 years or so, and I have said that if you have trouble defining your mission, if you're under the age of 30, don't worry about it. It's too hard. Wait till you're over 30 and then figure out your mission, because it's hard. Determining your mission is hard. I didn't know my mission, certainly when I was 23 years old or 27. I had no idea. And if you made me sit down and try to figure that out, I don't know if I could have done it. So I didn't have my mission in place really till in my early 30s, 32, 33 years old or so. So if you're over the age of 30, you need to figure this out. Sit down and figure out, why do I exist? Why do I want the goals that I have? What is the bigger meaning and bigger purpose of my life beyond the goals? Because if you don't know that, you're going to run into problems when you accomplish your goals, just like I did. Okay, so that's where you start. When you plan out your goals, when you plan your year, you start with your mission if you have one. If you're under the age of 30, don't worry about your mission. You can skip this part for now until you're 30. When you hit 30, then you're going to need to start thinking about this. Certainly, if you are over the age of 30, you need to figure this out. And it may take you a few months to figure this out, and that's okay. Take your time. Make sure it's right. Cool? All right, next thing after your mission is your vision. Now, vision is much different than mission. Vision is a lot easier and a lot more fun. I've talked about this a lot. Your vision is the picture of your ideal life that you could accomplish within reason, if everything was perfect, within reality, within reason, within 3 to 5 years or so. 3 to 5 years from now, or a little longer, that's fine. You sit down with a Word document or a Google Doc or a piece of paper, whatever you like, and you write out what your life would look like if everything was perfect. Within reason, within 3 to 5 years. How would you be making your money? What will your business look like? How will your business look like when it's all done? What does your woman life look like? What does your physical health look like? Your spiritual life, if that's important to you. Your family life, if that's important to you. You lay everything out. Where do you live? What does your house or apartment look like? All of those things. You write it all out and you get it just right. And it's pretty easy. Unlike mission, vision is pretty simple. Pretty easy to write out what you want. Then you write it out and you wait maybe a day or two and you go back to it and read it again and make sure it resonates with you. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, you make some edits and make some changes. You do that a few times and get it as clear and crystal perfect as you can based on who you are. Now, your vision comes from your mission. So everything in your vision needs to be compatible with everything in your mission. If you have some strong incompatibilities here, probably not going to work. If your mission in life is something like, I want to live in Africa and help African children, and then you put in your vision, I want to live in a gigantic mansion and drive a Ferrari, there's a mismatch there. You've got to change one of these two things. Something's wrong. So that's why it flows starting from your mission and moves down to your vision. If you don't have a mission yet, do your vision first. That's okay. So once you have your vision clarified, then you have your long-term goals, LTG. Long-term goals are any goals that you have for your life derived from your vision. So you take your vision, you reread it, and you pull from it long-term goals. A long-term goal I define as any goal that is longer than 1 year. So if you have a 2-year goal, a 3-year goal, a 5-year goal, 10-year goal, 25-year goal, some guys have those, fine. That's a long-term goal. The way you pull out your long-term goals and determine your long-term goals is you don't sit down and figure out your long-term goals. You think about your mission, then you establish your vision, and then from your vision, you can easily pull out 10, 20, 35 goals, long-term goals from your vision and turn them into goals. That's your long-term goals. That's where you get your long-term goals from. Again, if your long-term goals just come out of your head without doing this, they may be the wrong goals. Now, they might be the right goals. You might be lucky and they might be the right things for you, and that's fine. But they might not be. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to spend years of my life working on goals that won't make me happy. I already did that once in my 20s. I am never doing that again. Today, I follow this system and I have for 25 plus years. When I work on a goal today, and I have many goals, I know for a fact that goal, because it's gone through this process, is a goal that is 100% conducive to my long-term happiness and what I actually want for my long-term life, instead of just something I want right now. Once you establish some long-term goals, you write them out. Ideally, you should assign time frames to those things. It could be a 2-year goal, a 3-year goal, a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal, whatever the fuck you want, doesn't matter. That's up to you. Then, and only then, do you establish your annual goals. Those are the goals that you're going to make for next year. Those are the 1-year goals or less that you're going to work on next year. And you pull your annual goals from your long-term goals. So let's say you have an income goal and it's a 5-year income goal for you. It's a big income goal. That's fine. What you would then do is take a much smaller number that is higher than you make now and establish that as your 1-year goal. So you're pulling the annual goal from your long-term goal. You're not just coming up with annual goals based on whatever you want right now. That's dumb. An annual goal is always a derivative of a long-term goal. A long-term goal is always a derivative of your vision, and your vision is always a derivative of your mission, if you have one. That's how this works. That way, you know that you're 100% congruent with your annual goals. Now, you can take this to the next step. You can take your annual goals, I do this, and you can then define Quarterly goals, 90-day goals, goals you're going to hit by late March, which would be the first 90 days of the new year, right? And that would be, again, a 1/4 stair step to an annual goal. Also, by the way, when you do your annual goals, you should write out plans for those goals, at least the top 2. Write out a plan of action on exactly how you're going to accomplish that goal, sorted by priority and sequence. So now you have a plan to follow for the next year. You're not one of these morons who just makes these goals on New Year's Eve and says, I'm going to make $1 billion this year. And then by March, you've forgotten about them. And then you check your goals in December and you go, oh, shit, I haven't hit any of them. Every year, and I've talked about this before, every year I make progress on my annual goals, even if I don't hit them. Now, I've talked about how often I miss my annual goals. 40, 50, 60% of the time, I don't get my annual goals. I don't hit them. But if I don't hit them, I've made progress on them. And because they're goals that I know are congruent with my whole life, that progress makes me really happy. 2020 has been a fantastic year for me on multiple levels. There were some things I wanted in 2020 I didn't get because of coronavirus. But there's a whole bunch of other things that I wasn't even planning on getting that turned out better than I was planning for 2020. And the reason for that is all year I was working on my annual goals. All year, without fail. All year I was working my annual goals that I set back in December of 2019. Same thing now. I'm going to set some goals the next week or two I already have them really, but I'm going to review them and go through this process myself over the next week. So I can hit the ground on January 2nd, my favorite day of the year, hit the ground running with my new goals for 2021. I follow this process every year. I go through this every year. I pull out my mission, I review that. I already know what it is. I pull out my vision, I review that. Maybe I make some changes, maybe not, depends. I establish my long-term goals. Again, I already have them. And then I create new annual goals every year. If you follow this process, the odds of you accomplishing your goals go up, number one. And the odds of you actually being happy long-term in your life go up because you've established a context for your goals. You're not just trying to make more money or trying to get laid or trying to lose weight. That's stupid. That's not going to make you happy long-term unless you're very lucky. But I don't know about you. I don't like to base my entire long-term life on luck. That doesn't sound like a winning strategy, in my opinion. If you need more help with establishing a framework for your life, your mission, your vision, your goals, you can go to joinsmic.com. That is my audio training and mentorship program. Otherwise, you can click this video here on what to expect when you set goals, or you can click this video here on the best industry you can use for your business. I'll see you in the next video.